Good morning, America. Found alive. The supermom who vanished without a trace while jogging 3 weeks ago, found bound on the side of the road. A Thanksgiving miracle.
We are very ecstatic to report that Sherry Papini has been located.
And now the all-out hunt for her captors.
Cabinet showdown, the battle for Secretary of State, and the backlash from Trump loyalists still angry at top contender Mitt Romney for his tough talk during the campaign as Donald Trump boasts and tweets from his Thanksgiving celebration.
And they're off. Black Friday mayhem unleashed across the country overnight. Woo! More than 100 million doorbusters fighting for those blockbuster deals. This morning, your exclusive first look at some of the weekend's biggest bargains, only on GMA.
And this morning, the loss of a legend. Brady Bunch star Florence Henderson, known as America's favorite mom, has died at age 82. Friends and fans mourning the 70s star who never stopped bringing us laughter.
I want to be loved by you alone.
Our tribute right here to a TV icon.
Live in Times Square, this is GMA with Robin Roberts, George Stephanopoulos, and Michael Strahan.
An icon indeed she was. Dan and I want to thank you for joining us on this Friday after Thanksgiving, and we are talking about Florence Henderson. Such sad news for fans of the actress. Long before she moved into the television role that made her a star, Florence Henderson was an accomplished Broadway sensation. Listen to that voice.
Yeah, she was really, really talented and just became a staple of American childhood when she moved on to the Brady Bunch. She never stopped working even after that show went off the air. Her career spanned 6 decades, and she was still in the spotlight. In fact, just days before her death on Dancing with the Stars. We're going to have much more on this bona fide TV icon throughout the morning.
6 decades. What an extraordinary career. Also this morning, those Black Friday sales online and in the stores. We want you to take a look at these shoppers already at Macy's here in New York City, up early to go after big bargains. I'm just going to go on a limb and say maybe they never went to sleep. So
probably not.
Probably not. We're going to have an exclusive sneak peek at some of the top deals that's coming up on this Friday.
Kind of dedication I cannot muster.
Nor can I.
Yes, I try to.
More power to you.
Yeah, I try to keep my buying list to just one, my wife. Anyway, but this morning, as we said, we want to start here with the celebration of Florence Henderson. She was surrounded by loved ones, we're told, when she passed away. So let's kick things off this morning with ABC's Nick Watt, who's covering the story from L.A. Nick, good morning to you.
Good morning, Dan. Well, Maureen McCormick, who of course played her daughter Marsha Brady, tweeted, "You're in my heart forever, Florence, and I will miss you dearly." The pair remained friends after the show ended back in 1974, a testament to Henderson's well-known love and loyalty.
Here's the story of a lovely lady who was bringing up 3 very lovely girls.
She was America's favorite TV mom. Carol Brady, matriarch of that iconic bunch.
The Brady Bunch, the Brady Bunch.
The legendary sitcom, a staple of America's small screens for decades.
You don't say.
For Henderson, it was the pinnacle of a career that started on the Broadway stage.
I would swear I was falling.
And instantly turned her into a household name. The hip, cheerful mother she once described as the mother I always wished I had, as the mother a lot of people wished they had. Beloved as much for her doting demeanor
I'll explain it to you after dinner, Oliver, okay?
as her daring do's.
I was the mother of the mullet. Don't forget that. I just thought it was the chicest thing.
The Brady-born perfect mom persona followed Henderson through the rest of her career, from Brady spin-offs
It's gonna be okay, honey. Just follow me and hurry.
to commercials.
The old one was plenty hot.
Recently, Henderson enjoyed a public resurgence, tangoing her way through season 11 of Dancing with the Stars.
I've loved the show since it began. I think it's just a tremendous show, and I hope I've inspired people to get up off their behinds and move and dance and live and enjoy life.
Even returning to the ballroom just days ago during the season 23 finale, the final public appearance for a beloved icon. How would she like us to remember her?
I think probably as someone who survived for a long time in a very tough business and hopefully manage to retain a sense of humanity. That I think that's how I'd like to be remembered.
The way we became the Brady Bunch.
Florence Henderson was born on Valentine's Day 1934, the youngest of 10 kids. She passed last night, Thanksgiving night 2016, reportedly of heart failure. She was, Dan and Paula, 82 years old.
All right, Nick, thank you. So true that she was the mother that a lot of people wish they had.
Absolutely. It's interesting that you said the mother she wished she had, too. Interesting.
Very profound.
Yeah.
Thank you, Nick. We want to move now to that stunning turn in the case of a missing California mom who was found on Thanksgiving morning 3 weeks after she disappeared on an afternoon run. ABC's Kana Whitworth is on the scene in Redding, California for us this morning. Good morning, Kana.
Paula, good morning to you. So officials are working on a very vague description as they search for the people responsible for Sherry Papini's abduction. They say they're looking for 2 Hispanic women that they consider to be armed and dangerous, driving a dark SUV. This morning, Sherry Papini home after a 3-week ordeal.
Sherry is now safe, and she has been treated at a area hospital for non-life-threatening injuries.
The mom of 2 held captive for nearly a month until authorities say she was freed by her captors early Thanksgiving morning, ending a desperate search.
She was bound with restraints, but was able to summon from a passing help from a passing motorist.
According to police, the 34-year-old was found on the side of the road near Sacramento, nearly 150 miles from where authorities believe she was taken while out jogging near her Northern California home.
She could drop her phone, but she would never in a million years not pick up our children on the time that she normally would have.
Papini's disappearance dominating the headlines since her husband Keith reported her missing on November 2nd after she failed to pick up their children from daycare. Using the Find My iPhone app, the phone was located abandoned on the side of the road with her hair. Keith was ruled out as a suspect after passing a polygraph test, maintaining all along that he believed his wife had been abducted.
I'm getting very angry and frustrated, and I'm scared for my wife.
Friends and family frantically searching for the woman they referred to as Supermom. Authorities saying they received more than 400 tips, an anonymous source even offering a $100,000 reward for information leading to her safe return. But nothing turned up until Thursday. One family member writing on Facebook, "I don't know how we can repay our debt of gratitude to all of you. This is a Thanksgiving beyond belief for all of us." Now, authorities are saying that Sherry Papini has been found, but this starts a brand new investigation. Also, Paula, we learned this morning that she has not yet seen her kids. She's with her husband, so certainly a happy homecoming is around the corner.
Kana, thank you. And Shasta County Sheriff Tom Basenko joins us now from Redding, California. Sheriff, thank you so much for joining us. And first and foremost, how rare is that she was found 150 miles from home on a rural road, that her abductors basically just release the captor?
That it is a very rare occurrence to have that happen. It's been 3 weeks since her disappearance, and then find her and released by her captors, I think, is very rare.
The suspects are still outstanding. I want to ask you about them in a moment. But what was her condition when she was found? I know that she was bound, but what was her state of mind?
She was obviously very emotional. The California Highway Patrol was able to connect her with her husband via cell phone, and he immediately started responding down to the Yolo County, Sacramento area. And then, of course, she was very emotional to be released and hear her husband's voice, and then a few hours later to be reunited with him.
Yeah, absolutely. It was a Thanksgiving Day miracle. Do you have any idea how long she had been there before she was found, Sheriff?
It was a very short amount of time. Evidently, one of the captors had dropped her off on a rural road near Interstate 5 and a interchange. She was able to flag down a motorist, and that motorist summoned emergency assistance from the Highway Patrol, then medical responded as well.
You said one of the captors, but right now you're looking for 2 Hispanic women that are armed with a handgun driving a dark vehicle. Do you believe that these women abducted her?
Yes, we do. We had received information from Ms. Papini in regards to that, and that was about 3 weeks ago that she was abducted on November 2nd.
What type of information has Sherry Papini revealed and divulged about her alleged captors?
We were able to receive, spoke to her yesterday, investigators did, and was able to receive some limited information. Obviously, she was emotional and quite upset, but elated to be free, and so we were able to get some information from her, and then in the days following this, we'll be following up with her.
And we do know that she's stable. She's been released from the hospital right now, but how confident are you that you will find Sherry's perpetrator, Sheriff?
We hope that we can get additional information to identify them, maybe the SUV, and then hopefully they can be found and brought to justice.
All right, Shasta County Sheriff Tom Bisenko, we thank you for joining us this morning.
You bet. Thank you.
And the sheriff saying that they don't have a lot to go on, but right now they're going on vocal recognition. She didn't get a good look at them, but they're going on vocal recognition of those alleged abductors.
So many open questions in this story. We'll continue to cover it throughout the show this morning. We want to turn now, though, to the Trump transition. The president-elect spent Thanksgiving with family, but he did not take the whole day off. There are many critical cabinet posts yet to be filled, vacancies that are creating plenty of intrigue and controversy, and ABC's Devin Dwyer is covering it all from Washington.
After a Wednesday night dinner with family and friends, Donald Trump says he spent Thanksgiving Day hard at work, tweeting, trying to get Carrier Air Conditioning Company to stay in the U.S., making progress, we'll know soon. The company is planned to lay off 1,400 workers at an Indianapolis plant and move production to Mexico. Trump made stopping the deal a top campaign promise.
Believe me, if I were in office right now, Carrier would not be leaving Indiana. That I can tell you.
Carrier confirmed in a statement it's had discussions with Trump's team, but has nothing to announce at this time. Today, the president-elect will get back to filling his cabinet, considering candidates for key top posts. Treasury, Homeland Security, and Veterans Affairs all unfilled. Secretary of State, an inner struggle in the Trump camp over Rudy Giuliani and one of Trump's harshest former critics, Mitt Romney. Senior Trump advisor Kellyanne Conway tweeting this headline, some Trump loyalists warn against Romney as Secretary of State. General Jim Mattis, favored contender for Secretary of Defense,
Is the real deal.
And with the flurry of cabinet moves, Trump is spending less time than his predecessor on those daily intelligence briefings. The president-elect has had just 2, a U.S. official tells ABC News. Vice President-elect Mike Pence said to have received several more. Experts caution Trump still has plenty of time to get up to speed.
And Donald Trump also faces a growing number of potential congressional investigations. ABC News has learned Democrats have made at least 9 separate requests to review the Trump transition's use of taxpayer funds and potential conflicts of interest. Dan?
Devin, thank you. Let's bring in ABC's Matt Dowd. Matt, there are reportedly these warring camps in Trump world. Giuliani, Romney. Who do you think gets the nod, or could it perhaps go to a third party?
Well, I think this whole Romney for Secretary of State thing has been a rather bizarre anyway. This is a guy, as you remember, that called Donald Trump a phony, a fraud, and a con, and now he's interviewing for Secretary of State in this. I don't think anybody knows. I think, as you're right, the power centers are pushing. The establishment, I think, is pushing for Mitt Romney or somebody like Mitt Romney, and then the sort of loyalists to Donald Trump are pushing for Rudy Giuliani or somebody else that they believe is loyal in this. I think the longer this goes on, the more problematic it gets for Donald Trump.
Meanwhile, Hillary Clinton's lead in the popular vote keeps growing. It's at around 2 million votes, and now the Green Party candidate Jill Stein is calling for a recount in several key states. Do you think this effort is going to go anywhere?
Well, this continues to be such an historic thing. The idea that somebody wins the popular vote by plus 2 million and loses the Electoral College overwhelmingly. The funny thing about this, as we watched football yesterday, Jill Stein is throwing a flag, a challenge flag in this, but she's not really even the main participant in this game. As of right now, there hasn't been real evidence, but who knows what could get revealed over the next few weeks.
Telling that the Clinton campaign has not weighed in on this. Matt Dowd, thank you very much, as always, for your analysis and analogies. Paula, over to you.
Thank you very much. Well, the doors have opened for one of the biggest shopping days of the year, Black Friday. Millions already running, as you can see, taking advantage of the huge sales across the country. ABC's Rebecca Jarvis joins us from a Target in Chicago with all of the details this morning. Hi, Rebecca.
Hey, good morning, Paula. And they opened their doors here at Target last night at 6 p.m. Will stay open until tonight at midnight. The top seller, TVs. They sold in the first hour of sales 3,200 of these every minute.
2, 1, and here we go.
The crowds were fierce and frenzied. Overnight Black Friday super sales bringing out millions across the country.
Some people are starting to move pretty fast in here. We have running.
From this Toys R Us in Lexington, Kentucky to the Old Navy in Miami, Florida.
50% off of everything. You can't beat that.
To the Best Buy in Chicago, Illinois, where lines were twice as long as last year.
Came in with a list. I knew what I wanted because I don't want to deal with the long line that is currently forming right now.
2 hours before, we'll hand out tickets for all the really big items.
This year, shoppers are expected to spend $27 billion, making it the second biggest shopping day of the year. So what exactly are people lining up for this year?
What do you think are going to be the big sellers?
Electronics are always your top item. So TVs, video game consoles, drones are really taking off, no pun intended.
But if you weren't among the crowds of Turkey Day shoppers, there's still plenty of time to join the expected 137 million people who plan to shop over the holiday weekend. 75% of those shoppers will be out today for Black Friday deals.
And as you can tell, they still have a few TVs left here, so you're in luck if you're on the market for that. And if you want the must-have toy of the season, these Hatchimals, they still have a few of those left too, but they're going fast, Paula. So let me know if you need me to pick some up for you.
No, please don't. But maybe a couple of TVs, Rebecca. I appreciate it. Thanks, Rebecca. And joining us now on what's one of the busiest shopping days of the year is the CEO of Macy's, Terry Lundgren. Terry, good morning. Thank you so much for being with us. People are already out shopping. You know, there is so much competition out there, much of it online. So how are you getting people inside your stores?
Well, first of all, Paula, we're the third largest online company in America in our categories, only behind Amazon and Walmart. So we're getting our share there as well. But if you saw the crowds that came in last night, I was here at Herald Square when we opened at 5 p.m. and we had 16,000 people out just continuously streaming into the building. So people are definitely coming here, I think, for that tactile experience and for getting their hands on great deals.
There's so many that shop exclusively online, though, Terry. For those that are planning on shopping online, how can you lure them? What can you tell them? How can you convince them to actually come into the brick and mortar store?
Well, first of all, as I said, we're so huge online. It's a massive part of our business. But that's not how the customer's typically shopping, Paula. The truth is, the average customer today starts with their phone, does their research, comes into a brick environment, and then makes a decision. They're either buying it into the store or they're buying it online. So that omni-channel consumer is not just a consumer of today, but definitely growing that way into the future as well.
All right, Terry, I know it's going to be a very busy day for you and all of the other retailers out there. Best of luck and stay safe. Thanks, Terry.
Thanks very much.
Stay safe.
Stay safe.
As if, you know, it could
you've
get
seen the
dangerous
shoppers, they're running in to get those good deals.
We are the home of the brave.
That there, in case you didn't know it, is the Queen of Soul, Aretha Franklin, performing the national anthem at the Lions-Vikings football game on Thanksgiving. Every time she performs, it's news, but this one particularly newsworthy because her epic rendition delayed the game by more than 4 minutes. Twitter exploded. Some fans loved it. There were a few haters, however. We'll tell you what they said coming up. Reminds me a little bit of working next to this person who we sometimes call Filibuster Ferris.
I thought you were going to say it reminds you of being at church. Can I get an amen?
Can I get a witness?
Yeah,
absolutely. I'm just kidding. We love when you talk or sing. She can actually sing very well.
No, I can't,
yes,
actually.
Yes, she can.
I can't. Are we filibustering right now?
Yes.
Also right now, we are remembering a beloved TV icon, Florence Henderson, star of the classic sitcom The Brady Bunch, passing away at 82 years old. Surrounded by friends and family, we will have much more on her show business legacy in our next hour. Also right now, new and alarming details just revealed about the suspects in that planned terror attack in Strasbourg, France. Officials say that the suspects who were arrested last weekend were guided by ISIS and were searching for targets when they were apprehended.
Also this morning, the Black Friday frenzy is in full force this morning. More than 100 million Americans expected to shop today alone. 100 million Americans.
And apparently it's worth it because those televisions are flying off the shelves. And just stay safe, everybody, okay? We've got you covered this morning. Becky Worley is standing by to tell us where you can find some of the biggest deals of the day. She always has great insight. We always love it when Becky joins us.
She has inside tips on everything this morning.
Yes.
We'll be touching base with her throughout the morning as we proceed. But we're going to start here with the latest on that mom in California who vanished 3 weeks ago while on an afternoon jog. As we've reported, Sherry Papini has now been found on Thanksgiving morning. She was tied up and left on a country road, apparently after being released by her abductors. To have such a happy outcome after so long is very, very uncommon. And ABC's Kana Whitworth has more now on the story.
She was found by the side of the highway in the early morning hours, bound with restraints, 150 miles from her home. Held captive for 22 days by unknown captors, Sherry Papini was injured but alive.
We are very ecstatic to report that Sherry Papini has been located.
According to the FBI, in 2015, there were nearly 85,000 missing persons in the U.S., only about 18,000 of them involuntary abductions. But while Sherry is one of the lucky few who was released after being gone for several weeks, this happy outcome is not unheard of.
Help me, I'm Amanda Berry. I'm the police.
Okay, and what's going on there?
I've been kidnapped and I've been missing for 10 years.
Amanda Berry and two other women escaping their kidnapper in 2013 after a decade of captivity in his Cleveland, Ohio basement. Or J.C. Dugard, who was missing from 1991 until 2009 after the 11-year-old was kidnapped near her home on her way to the school bus.
It feels just like you're losing control of everything. You just feel like the world is coming to an end.
And Elizabeth Smart, who was held against her will for 9 months at the age of 14 before she was finally recognized, just 18 miles from where she was first taken in 2002. As for Papini, the battle is not over yet. Police still searching for two armed women in connection with the case. For Good Morning America, Kana Whitworth, ABC News, Redding, California.
Kana, thank you. For more, let's bring in ABC's Brad Garrett. Brad, good morning to you. In your view, how rare is it exactly to have a victim released 3 weeks after being abducted?
Well, the reality, Dan, is it's very rare. You provided some examples of women that survived, but this is just an odd case from the beginning. You have a 3-week abduction, then you have the victim placed on the side of a road by allegedly two females that were armed. This really goes down to what was the motive of this kidnapping?
So many open questions, and as we heard earlier, the authorities are interviewing Sherry Papini. They're going to go back and talk to her again. What are they going to be trying to learn from her exactly?
She's the most valuable resource because despite the fact she was held, what did she hear? What did she see? How can she describe where they held her? Other voices. Did she hear them talking on cell phones, particularly at the time she was dropped? Can they track a cell phone? And there may be forensic evidence on her, clothing, etc., that could give them potential leads of bad guys.
The authorities say they're looking for a dark van with two Hispanic women. What do you make of those details?
We don't know what role the women played. Were they the actual abductors, or did they decide to take her from wherever location she was being held and drop her? So that's another sort of open question as to are they the main players or not? But, you know, this is a case I think will get solved. You're in a very remote or rural part of this country. The word will spread. The word will spread. If the sheriff, the FBI, etc., are good with social media, they're going to get the word out. They're going to catch these folks.
Brad Garrett, as always, we appreciate your analysis. Thank you very much. Reassuring to hear Brad say that he thinks this case will be solved.
That is very reassuring. And as Kana reported earlier, she has reunited with her husband, but has not seen her children. Can only imagine that's going to be emotional. And we want to move now to Tennessee, where a community is mourning the loss of a high school cheerleader fatally shot as she slept. Her former boyfriend has been charged with murder. And ABC's Ryan Smith joins us with more. Hi, Ryan.
Hi, Paula. You're my rock, my hope, my love. That's part of a tribute tweet teen Riley Gall sent his high school ex-girlfriend just hours before his arrest for allegedly killing her after their recent breakup. This morning, 18-year-old Riley Gall sits in a Tennessee jail. charged with killing 16-year-old Emma Jane Walker just weeks after their breakup. According to police, in the early morning hours Monday, a shot fired by Gall into Walker's bedroom from outside her Tennessee home killed her in her sleep. Police arresting Gall Tuesday night on charges of first-degree murder, holding him on $750,000 bond after having him under surveillance, saying he was preparing to destroy evidence related to the homicide. But Gall's mother telling our affiliate WATE that her son is innocent. The pair, seemingly a picture-perfect couple, the cheerleader and the football player, classmates until Gall moved on to play football at a local college this fall.
I wish, I knew more what was going on, so maybe I could have helped her, and I'm so sorry.
And in the wake of Walker's death, Gall posting this lengthy missive on Twitter the day after her death, just hours before his arrest. To think that every memory we have, every happy special moment we shared, can't ever be relived. I love you, Emma Jane Walker. If convicted, Gall could face life in prison, while the family of Emma Jane Walker mourns the daughter they hope will be remembered for who she was in her life, not in her death. Emma's family grateful for the outpouring of support. A crowdfunding page raising over $20,000 for her funeral expenses in just days. And the family also saying they have faith that swift justice will be served. Gall faces a preliminary hearing on December 2nd.
So it's going to start pretty expeditiously.
That's right. It's really going to move through the system.
Thank you, Ryan. Coming up on our big board, there are still Black Friday deals to be found out there. We're going to show you the very latest.
And the consumer alert for online shoppers, the way thieves could swipe your gifts before they even reach your door. Stay tuned. We're right back.
Welcome back. Time now for our big board. Our team of insiders standing by live with more on this morning's top stories. Kate Coyne from People Magazine is with us here at the desk. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
We'll grill you in just a moment. We're going to start, though, with Black Friday. Shoppers already taking advantage of those specials early this morning. So what kind of bargains are still out there? Becky Worley joins us from Walmart Labs, where they're tracking all the sales and hunting down the deals. Becky, give us a glimpse of how Black Friday is panning out, how the holiday season is panning out thus far.
Yeah, good morning, Dan. I am basically inside the internet, and my big board is bigger than your big board.
No,
that's because this is where they track.
Those are fighting words.
It's true, yes. I know, but that's because they have all the data from everything they sold yesterday and continuing in real time on Walmart.com. They sold more, they took more orders per minute than they ever have in history. They tell me that when you look at all the TVs that they sold yesterday, if you laid them flat, it would cover Disneyland. There were so many TVs sold yesterday. Online sales up 14% yesterday from last Thanksgiving. Amazon telling me that they had their bigger Black Friday, whatever this thing is. It used to be called Thanksgiving, but now it's Black Friday Cyber Monday thing. They had that start, and it was bigger than it was for them the previous year. Target.com had their biggest day ever yesterday. A lot of people buying online.
All right, your big board may be bigger, but ours has you in it, so we like ours better, I have to say. But what are some of the big deals you're tracking, Becky?
Some interesting ones. Walmart.com says this is selling like crazy. It's Google Home. This is a digital assistant. It's voice-driven. It competes with Amazon's Alexa or Echo. It's $99 off from $129 normally. Let's move over to the iPad Pro at Target. It is on sale for $449. That's down from $599. A very good deal for that 9.7-inch iPad. Want to go to phones. A lot of people interested in phones. So we got iPhone 7 deals today and Samsung Galaxy deals. These are in store at Walmart, Best Buy, Target. You don't get a discount, but you get $250 off. A lot of people shopping in store and online. I don't know.
Her big board's interactive, too. Did you see how she just moved that, Becky?
I know. She's showing off now. She's rubbing it in.
Okay, so once you order those holiday gifts, how do you make sure that you actually get them? We've seen plenty of reports on thieves snagging packages right off of your front porch, and this is prime season for deliveries. Brad Garrett is back with us. So, Brad, I got to ask you, what kind of high-tech solutions are out there to prevent theft, package theft?
First of all, this is a huge, huge problem. 20-plus million packages by these so-called porch pirates. You've got cameras you can place at your front door, monitored via your phone. There's motion sensors you can place when a package has been set down. You'll get an alert, and also it will tell you if the package has been moved. So those are the primary tech things you can do.
Okay, so when dealing, are there low-tech ways to deal with porch pirates, like a dog or something like that?
Well, maybe a dog, Dan, but my suggestion is the following. Talk to UPS, FedEx, the Postal Service. Have them hold the packages at the post office at a terminal. That's the key. Have it delivered to a neighbor, a relative. That's the other one. And the last is that you have the package delivered to a delivery service who will then personally bring it to you at an appointed time, 10 o'clock at night, whenever you are home. The key is you do not let packages stay at your front door.
Brad, thank you very much. If somebody tries to take our packages, our cats will cut them. You'll be in trouble.
You got mean cats.
Yeah, no, actually, I was totally lying with all of the aforementioned. Anyway, now time to talk about the movies. A lot of big-name titles opening this weekend, including Moana from our parent company, Disney. Here's a look at that.
When you use a bird to write with, it's called tweeting. I know, not every day you get a chance to meet your hero.
You are not my hero.
All right, joining us now, People Magazine's Kate Coyne. Kate, I got to ask you, this is typically the time of year where studios will release some of their movies that they anticipate will generate some sort of Oscar buzz. So what are you seeing out there?
Yeah, well, certainly it is all about Moana at this moment. It's the biggest film to hit the box office possibly all year. It's going to be massive, even bigger than The Rock himself. It's going to be huge. The other contender to that in terms of impact on the box office will be Star Wars Rogue One. The sort of expansion of the Star Wars universe. I think geeks and non-geeks alike will be absolutely flocking to it. In terms of Oscar potential, however, you got to be looking at much quieter films, not your big blockbusters. I think a real front runner at this point, in one word, is Fences. This is Denzel Washington's directorial debut, and I'm just going to say it right now: Viola Davis just won her Oscar.
Wow,
really?
That's it. Heard it here.
Although I have to say, I've seen both Manchester by the Sea and Moonlight, and they are both incredible.
Fantastic
Best
movies.
Picture.
Yes, and I think they will absolutely get Best Picture nominations. I don't know if they'll win now that category is so huge.
Yeah.
They're in as nominees, I think, most definitely.
Very quickly, around the horn, favorite holiday movie?
It's a toss-up between Meet Me in St. Louis, going old school, or Christmas Story.
Brad? Something crime-related.
Yes, How the Grinch Stole Christmas.
There we go, yeah.
Becky, what's yours?
Home Alone.
Yes.
All right, Becky, I'm right with Brad. I don't know if this is an insight into my maybe FBI brain, but also How the Grinch Stole Christmas.
I can't believe nobody mentioned Elf. I'm disappointed in all of you.
Except you.
Yes, of course.
Becky, Brad, Kate, thank you so much for joining us.
Yes, thank you. Appreciate it. We'll talk to you soon.
Welcome back. We want to get right to a consumer alert in time for this holiday weekend, especially for Cyber Monday. There are big concerns right now about potential credit card fraud, and ABC's Gio Benitez is here. Hi, Gio.
Hey there, Paula. The average amount of fraudulent transactions racked up more than $200.
That little chip on your credit card is making it safer than ever when you hit the registers this holiday shopping weekend. But according to new industry reports, those new cards are causing more and more thieves to find a new target.
Because of the chip cards now, it's a lot more difficult for retail criminals to do in-store fraud, so they're taking it online.
Banking experts are now warning of a 43% surge in attempted fraud this season. To get around the chip, criminals are taking advantage of ship-to-store and next-day pickup services, making it easier to charge items with a stolen card number without ever needing to swipe it. And the big-ticket items they're targeting? Hot gifts like fitness trackers, wireless headphones, cosmetics, and designer sneakers. Another way cyber fraudsters may try to cash in this Black Friday weekend? Using fake or stolen e-receipts.
They'll create, with some cut and paste, a fraudulent invoice and bring it back and say, I received this as a gift online, and here's my invoice.
The National Retail Federation calling it the fastest growing scheme, affecting some 31% of stores.
So to avoid putting those cyber crooks on your giving lists, experts say it's crucial you check in on your statements every few days. Be suspicious of deep discounts on unknown sites, and always make sure to look for secure checkouts. It'll say SSL or 3D secure processing on the website.
What would we do without you? We'd be broke. Thank you, Gio. Appreciate it.
So
Happy
much.
Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Thanks, Gio. And much more of our Black Friday blowout coming up at our next hour. Where to grab the best deals and get the biggest bargains.
Here's the story of a lovely lady.
Good morning, America. Remembering America's favorite TV mom, Florence Henderson, passing away at age 82. The legendary actress warming our hearts with the Brady Bunch and dazzling the stars on the dance floor. Now, here's the story of a lovely lady as we pay tribute to Mrs. Brady.
Black Friday blowout. Millions of shoppers on the hunt for the best bargains, where to buy, and what to wait for. Get the latest on the flash deals you can't miss.
Lara goes one-on-one with Lin-Manuel Miranda.
It was like a life-changing week.
The Hamilton star opening up about Moana, working with The Rock, and what he hopes his son takes away from this film.
And Turkey Day remix. What to do with all those Thanksgiving leftovers. How to reinvent the classic cranberry sauce. Plus, more delicious recipes from one of our favorite chefs as we say,
Good morning, America!
Live in Times Square, this is GMA.
My Manx on this morning. Now the big question, what to do with all those leftovers. We're very thankful to have Dan Churchill here with our audience in Times Square, sharing his remix recipes. One, in fact, that looks particularly good we have right here with us, called the Cranberry Crumble.
Is this our cue?
This is your cue, Paula, to eat, which I know you never need much of a cue for.
I don't turn
ready to go before the segment even started. We have to be told.
They told us 5 minutes ago as they put it in front of us, don't eat it yet. Well, we're going to eat it now, by the way. I have my Spanx on.
Great.
Diane, he has his Manx on, and we're ready to go.
I matched the cranberries too, so if I drop them on my dress, still okay.
This is
You
really
are good to go. This is really good.
Oh, wow.
The other big post-Turkey Day task, lots of shoppers are on the bargain hunt early in this Black Friday morning. We've got the deals that you need to look out for coming up. I'm told in my ear we have a lot of tech. And we've also got ABC's Diane Macedo doing pop news this morning. It's actually travel deals as well. So.
That's right. We also have the Bond girl and the House of Cards star teaming up for one of the biggest movies of the year, Moonlight, which is getting a lot of early Oscar buzz. And our own Robin Roberts sat down with the cast.
I have to say, I saw that movie, and I'm going to say this a lot this morning. It is one of the best movies I've ever seen. It is
You've
incredible.
Ever seen?
Yes. Yes.
And we're
it
talking
is
about
that good.
A very diverse
well
palette.
acted, too.
And I've been alive for a long time.
At least 20 years.
At least 20 years. But first this morning, after we finish our cranberry, you're going to give us the news.
I know.
Actually,
I need
we'll
to
eat the
wash it
cranberry,
down.
you do the news.
That's actually not nice.
I know.
But good morning, everybody. The big story this morning is the kidnapped wife and mom freed by her captors after a terrifying ordeal. Sherry Papini had been missing for 3 weeks until Thanksgiving morning when she was found by the side of a road. And ABC's Kana Whitworth is in California with us with all of the details. Good morning, Kana.
Yeah, Paula, good morning. Sherry Papini was found at 4:30 in the morning on Thanksgiving Day, 150 miles from her home. She was bound and injured, but she was alive. She flagged down a motorist who contacted authorities. She was taken to the hospital, treated for injuries, and released. Her husband, Keith, by her side. Her husband was the one who originally reported her missing November 2nd after she failed to pick up their children from daycare. Using the Find My iPhone app, he located her phone on the side of the road near their home. Her hair was tangled in her headphones. Officials believe that that is the spot where she was abducted while jogging. So now this morning, they are looking for 2 Hispanic women that they believe to be armed and dangerous driving a black SUV. They reiterate that while Sherry Papini is safe, a new investigation has just begun. Paula?
All right, Kana, thank you. Also, we do have breaking news this morning. French officials say they believe they avoided more terror attacks. Prosecutors say 7 men under arrest were looking for targets to strike as early as next week on orders from ISIS. And a grim milestone in Syria as the U.S. military suffers its first casualty. The service member was killed during a roadside bomb attack. The victim's name has not yet been identified. At least 1 other American was also injured. And a massive manhunt is underway right now after several inmates broke out of a California jail. Investigators say 4 prisoners cut through the bars of a second-story window and then used bedding to rappel to the ground. Now, 2 were captured at the scene. The other 2 got away. And finally, we've all done it. We've all sent a text to the wrong person, but it usually doesn't turn out this well. Instead of her grandson, Wanda Dench's Thanksgiving invitation, it went to a 17-year-old teen from Phoenix. His name was Jamal Hinton. Their photos, as you can see, made it clear that she had gotten a wrong number. He posted that exchange on Twitter. It went viral immediately. Jamal Hinton still wanted to come to Thanksgiving. Everybody was curious. Would it happen? It did, as you can see. Even the grandson was there. So how did this all happen? The lesson, the grandson had changed his phone number and did not tell his grandmother. So we should all tell grandma if we're going to change our numbers, but just this is evidence that it can end up a wonderful story.
Lucky for Jamal.
Lucky for Jamal.
Absolutely.
I want her to send me a text accidentally so I can come to Thanksgiving dinner and have turkey.
Maybe we'll just show up.
Much cooler than the mistaken texts I get.
I
have to
agree.
say.
Diane, it's great to have you here. You do pop news as well.
Good to be here. I do have pop news, and we start this morning with the Queen of Soul. Please enjoy while I talk about Aretha Franklin earning some RESPECT this Thanksgiving with an epic 4-minute, 35-second long version of the Star Spangled Banner. Take a look. So this was during the Lions-Vikings game. Impressive vocals as always, but it's the length of the performance that has people talking. One football fan tweeted, "I cooked my whole turkey, ate and did the dishes during Aretha Franklin's national anthem performance." Some are saying she should be charged with delay of game. But the general consensus seems to be she's Aretha Franklin. She can take however long she darn well pleases.
That's exactly right. She can take 20 minutes if she wants.
Amen.
I think she actually just finished right before we came on.
Yeah, she might still be going, actually.
She's still going. Good for her.
Some other celebrities skipped the singing on Thanksgiving, opting instead to celebrate with the Mannequin Challenge. Taylor Swift and her superstar squad, Martha Hunt, Lily Donaldson, Todrick Hall, Leah McCarthy, and brother Austin Stone Cold shot what might be the most picturesque mannequin challenge we've seen yet on this gorgeous beach. And then at some point, I think they just got fed up with standing still, and they decided to have a dance party afterwards as well that people on Twitter all seem to enjoy quite a bit. Meanwhile, comedian Amy Schumer also got in on the action, but her mannequin challenge was a little different. Take a look.
You guys remember we said we were going to do the mannequin challenge and everybody was going to stop moving? You guys? We were going to... Mannequins don't play by the rules.
So her friends kept it together, but the kitchen crew in the restaurant they were in, not so much. You might call that one a train wreck, perhaps?
Yeah.
Slightly.
Yeah.
Get it?
They were completely ignoring. Yes, I got her. I got it.
They have food to prepare.
And finally, we love food. You might enjoy this one. Domino's Pizza in Japan is getting in the Christmas spirit by taking a cue from Santa for their pizza deliveries. Believe it or not, the chain is developing a new reindeer delivery service. It's working with breeders on the Japanese island of Hokkaido for a full-scale reindeer rollout next month. And each reindeer apparently will be fitted with a GPS tracker so that every pie's progress can be tracked in real time.
All I heard was pizza. I didn't hear anything
That's
else. So pizza will be...
Rudolph will be delivering your pizza in Japan.
With his red nose?
That one, I'm not sure. I'll have to confirm that one.
So excited about this. Just as long as he brings a stuffed crust pizza, meat lovers, I'm totally fine with that, and a side of cheesy breadsticks.
Okay, noted. We'll write that down.
Yeah.
I don't know if it comes in 30 minutes or less, though.
Will it be warm?
How they do.
When I mentioned before that Paula never needs prompting for eating,
ever,
I wasn't kidding. But we say that. I mean, I say that with love. It's one of my favorite things about you. You always eat.
I wanna be loved by you, just you and nobody else but you.
She was not only the matriarch of the Brady Bunch, but she could also sing. She was a Broadway sensation. We're back now on this Friday morning remembering America's TV mom, Brady Bunch matriarch Florence Henderson, passing away at 82 years old. From the Broadway stage to starring in the television classic, spending more than 6 decades in the spotlight. People Magazine's Kate Coyne joins us now. Kate, good morning to you.
Hi.
Nice to see you again. So we all remember watching Carol Brady. What impact do you think that she's going to have on all of us? I love that quote. She said that she was the mom that so many of us wanted, the mom that she wanted it.
Absolutely.
herself.
And I think what you'll hear a lot today in discussions about her is that she was America's mom. And she really was. Certainly for a generation, for my generation, if you're talking about the 1970s, early 80s, and a period in which there wasn't a ton of stability. A lot of, people were growing up with divorced parents or what have you. She was really a symbol for the sort of perfect mother. And actually, don't forget, a kind of blended family mother, too. She had the 3 girls. Mike Brady had the 3 boys, and they kind of came together as one perfect family. And she was the perfect mom. She was somebody who every kid kind of wished they had a little bit of at home.
Yeah, but she did say one thing in an interview with Barbara Walters in 2012. She said she wished Carol Brady had a job. Why do you think that was so important to her so long ago?
Well, because Florence was actually a very, very modern woman. She was very ambitious. She was very successful. I mean, she herself had carved out a career that spanned well beyond the Brady Bunch. She was, as you said, a Broadway performer beforehand, tremendous singing talent, and she made sure she stayed relevant. She had that drive, such a drive that she was at the finale of Dancing with the Stars on Monday night. Everybody saw her in the audience. So it was really unthinkable that light could go out so suddenly. She was very, very driven.
Can you briefly tell us why she had such a profound impact on Hollywood? You see so many stars, social media flooded right now with tributes.
I think she was such a class act. She personified a sort of grace and dignity and loveliness that you don't necessarily get all that often these days. She was somebody who everybody, wanted to be a little bit like, and if not like, then be able to call mom. I think Maureen McCormick, the bond that they still continue to share all those years later really exemplifies that.
She really was the stabilizing force for so many of us. Kate, thank you. And coming up, how to get your Christmas tree up without a hitch, the best decorations to avoid a disaster.
And before you run out and shop, Becky Worley's got the secret to saving this holiday. There she is at Walmart headquarters.
With her big board that's a little bigger than our big board.
Yeah, she's been bragging about it. We'll hear more about this coming up. As we have been making abundantly clear all morning, this is Black Friday, that annual orgy of American consumerism. And Becky Worley, our queen of Black Friday, joins us from deep inside Walmart's e-commerce headquarters in Silicon Valley. Becky, you've been watching in real time as the deals go live and shoppers click and buy. So what's hot out there?
Can you slay me? An orgy of e-commerce. That is what's happening here. I am at Walmart's headquarters for all things online. They are tracking it in real time. So let's just get to the deals. Normally I tell people, hey, wait till Cyber Monday to buy shoes, but Walmart has this deal. It's the start of their Cyber Week. Mucklucks women's Shelly boots. These are kind of sweet. $17. They were $65. Nice compliment if you have an UGG lover in your house. Next up, a deal from Target. The Apple Watch is $198. That is far and away one of the best deals we have seen on the Apple Watch. This is the Apple Watch 1. A change, guys. We normally tell you when you buy toys, wait until the end of the Christmas run-up. This year it's a little different. We were telling people, our deal gurus say buy now. This is another Walmart deal. Paw Patrol Zoomer Marshall, interactive pup. $52, $17 off. If you see a deal on a toy you think your kid would like, now's the time. Now let's talk about toys for big kids. We have got a lot of bundles on Xbox One. This is the Xbox One S Battlefield. It's only here at Walmart, $250. But we are seeing other bundles on the Xbox at Target. They have about the same price. A different bundle, I think there's a Minecraft and some other options, $40, a gift card also, and the PS4. So, lots of toys, lots of things to buy.
Becky, let's talk about in-store shopping. There's so much hype around finding deals online, but you say there's actually a reason to go to the mall?
Millions are shopping in stores today. You got to try stuff on. So let's talk about the blanket discounts on the big chains. Banana Republic, 50% off of 5 items. Then we have J. Crew, 40% off. Levi's, 40% off. Great deals. My special deal, Jet.com. One single item, 30% off if you have the code GMA30. We have all these deals and so much more on our website, guys.
Becky Worley looking fetching in her green Christmas dress. Thank you very much for kicking off the shopping season coverage with us. We'll be back to you throughout the following weeks many, many times. Paula, over to you.
So after all of that shopping, this morning 'tis the season for decorating, right? And it could be a disaster. Actually, it usually is a disaster. But I got together with the folks at the Sweet Home so that you don't get tangled up in the holiday spirit. Take a look.
The holidays, a time for decorating and feeling festive. But too often, that festivity turns into failure. YouTube is filled with epic Christmas tree fails.
To help you avoid a decorating disaster, editors from the website The Sweet Home went to work, spending more than 100 hours testing tree stands and dozens of holiday lights. Tackling the tree stand can be tough, often requiring 2 people, tightening those bolts, and after all that, the tree may still fall over. But the Sweet Home editor Ganda Suthivaracombe has a special challenge for me. She wants me to go up against their top-rated tree stand, the Crinner Tree Genie XXL, which costs around $100.
Now, your top pick's pretty expensive. What's so great about it?
It's very easy to put up. The hardest part is going to be getting that trunk into the hole and onto the spike. Now there's a ratcheting pedal. Just put your foot down and gently pump it.
I can't go anymore.
Okay, now you want to press the red button down so it locks it in place.
Locked.
Look at that.
Locked and loaded.
Yes.
We did it.
That took just 25 seconds.
This is going to be a marriage saver.
But the real test? Finding out how stable it is. We're using a force gauge, applying 10 pounds of pressure to try and knock it over.
I maxed it out.
You maxed it out, and look at that, it barely moved.
The Sweet Home believes this $100 stand is a worthy investment. But if you still want a less expensive, traditional bolt-type stand, the Cinco C144E Express is the runner-up at $35. The Sweet Home also put holiday lights to the test, evaluating them for light quality and the ease of winding and unwinding.
Sometimes you get loose wires and they get really hard to string onto your tree. So what you want are wires that are nice and tightly twisted and that stay that way while you pull them out.
Their top pick for indoor, the GE Energy Smart Color-Right miniature lights. And here's why the Christmas designer's 5mm wide-angle conical LED is their favorite outdoor light.
You really put these to the test.
We did. We dropped them into water and we let them sit there for 6 hours and they were totally fine.
Let's give it a go. Let's emulate that. They're off. And after 6 hours, they were totally fine?
Still working.
Are we going to stay here 6 hours?
I hope not. If we do, I think we means you.
So you can find the Sweet Home's top picks for the best lights, tree stands, and more on our website, goodmorningamerica.com, on Yahoo. The Sweet Home, now they do get a percentage of money from retailers for products sold through the links in their articles. I want to say a big thanks to the Jones Family Farm in Shelton, Connecticut for letting us come up there and film.
You did a good job wrangling that tree.
You want to feel my muscle?
Yeah, sure.
How about that?
Not so much.
Not so impressive?
No, it's actually pretty good.
Welcome back to GMA, live from Times Square.
For joining us here. No food comas here, but I don't know about you guys. I'm intoxicated by the smells right here coming from this table.
Absolutely incredible.
Okay, so the countdown to Thanksgiving's over. Now it's time for the best part, the leftovers. And Dan Churchill, the chef and author of The Healthy Cook, is here with some simple and easy recipes to help you use up all that turkey beyond just putting the mayonnaise on a piece of bread with the turkey, right?
Right.
Which is fine.
Which is
It's
totally
okay.
fine. Very
okay.
acceptable and it's tasty in its own right. But yeah, as you said, we're here to make things really easy, but to make sure nothing goes to waste. So we've got 3 dishes today, and I hope you guys are hungry.
Well, we are hungry. We are definitely hungry. First of all, before we dive in,
I love the accents.
We love your accent. You just moved here from Australia. This was your first Thanksgiving in the country. How'd it go?
Well, it was phenomenal. I actually had a bunch of Australians get together. You know, we look after each other. So cooked up a turkey and had a really nice long table lunch and tried to, you know, recreate the festivities that you guys have, and it's an amazing day. We loved it.
Nice. Great. Get some Fosters at the table, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, lots of eating was had. That's for sure.
Okay, so what are we going to make this morning? We're going to start over here with turkey bake.
Exactly, turkey bake. How good are your egg cracking abilities?
Moderate.
A moderate? Well, I'm going to test you out anyway.
Okay,
so
here we go.
in here we've got about 5 to 6 eggs with 3/4 of a cup of ricotta, and that's all you need to pretty much create one of the most amazing dishes after leftovers. You've got all your turkey, all your roast vegetables, and you're going to bring that together. And then if you would do so, you so kindly put your turkey, some potato, Brussels sprouts. Everyone loves Brussels sprouts. It's coming here.
Help. Dan needs to help. He can't just
I actually like it the way it usually goes is Paula does the work and I do the eating.
Exactly. Is that right? Okay, cool.
Here.
So all you do is just put your leftovers into one big casserole-like pot, eggs and ricotta, and all you do is pour this over. And that's just one dish.
Wow. That's brilliant.
And as we can see, you put it in the oven.
Stir it?
Yeah, you can stir it, fold it through if you wish. and it comes out like a beautiful.
How long do you put it in the oven?
Oh, well, sorry about that.
We're testing your skills here.
Yes, I know.
Yeah.
It was a little full.
So at about a 400-degree oven, we go for about 45 minutes to 60. So 45 minutes to 60 minutes. And it's a beautiful way to bring something to the table. Again, dinner leftovers. You got that real creaminess of the ricotta. The eggs cook it through, and obviously that crispy edges as well.
Diane's ready to eat.
Look, I'm ready.
Oh, she's straight up.
Okay,
I was
Let's not muss
preparing. I
about.
don't waste any time.
I love it. I love it. So this is the turkey bake. And they come out cute little ones. And Dan, next to you is one of my favourites is actually a hash stuffing. Okay, so you got your stuffing that you have all the sausages, the bread.
Do I need to actually do anything?
Yeah, you know what? I won't cook. You're cooking today, Dan.
Okay.
He doesn't like the recipe. Dan,
I love the recipe.
Let's give him a little credit. He did tell me after the show today he's going to go cook for his family.
I am, and I like that.
He does lift a finger in the
That's
kitchen.
what I love to hear. Well, all you
So
have to do
attractive.
is you can teach me, but effectively the butter in the pan.
Yes.
Got your stuffing. That goes straight in. And then if you can crack some eggs into some beautiful holes here that I'll create, and then top it up with some cheese. So just, whatever you'd like. Show us I thought you were going to do one-handed.
No. Who do you think you're dealing with here? That's not how I roll.
I didn't know that was possible.
So in there, you just got your stuffing, butter melted. The stuffing loves getting all that butter combined with the bread.
How many eggs?
Crispness. Let's go 3.
Okay.
Yeah, one for each person. And then we've got a bit of cheese. You sprinkle the cheese on top. That goes underneath your broiler, and that's just a simple way to then repurpose something that's super tasty. And in my opinion, stuffing is better reheated. So once you do it the second day, everyone's just like, yeah.
I would have never thought that.
Exactly. And then you come out with these beautiful looking numbers like this, and you can see you've got crispiness, you've got the egg which you crack and it gets all nice and creamy. Yeah, everyone's dreaming right now, aren't they?
Cracking the yolk, and when it gets all runny.
Oh, isn't that, we're creating all forms of naughtiness right now.
Do we have like, briefly, can we do the cranberry sauce?
Of course. So in the you have
This is
cranberry
incredibly
sauce.
good, by the way.
This is really good.
Really, really good.
So in here we've
Can
got...
I keep the pan?
You can keep the whole thing. You can take the whole table home.
Okay.
I will allow it. In here we've got cranberry sauce. Just put that straight into a cast iron skillet. You can have any form of cereal or granola on top, and you simply just sprinkle that over. And you can create your own granola, you can use cereal, and then all you do is just take this to the table like this with a dollop of yogurt or ice cream, and that is the simplest way, just like that.
This is incredible.
Yeah.
I just love how Aussies say their R's. Can you say turkey for us one more time?
Turkey.
This dish, by the way, is recommended by the American Health Association. Hard to say.
All right, everybody. I know you're all drooling, but you can get all these recipes on GoodMorningAmerica.com on Yahoo. And coming up, the stars of the film being called a masterpiece by Moonlight.
Yes.
The
Amazing movie.
of the year. Welcome to interview with the cast just ahead. Are you really done eating?
No.
It's so good.
No.
Everyone out here countdowning to what's now the holiday season at a time for giving. And here to help us bring smiles to kids across the country, Rami Harwood, CEO of Kidville.com, or Kidville, I should say, in general. And you are partnering with Second Chance Toys, which is a great way to recycle and rescue toys. Tell me how it works.
Sure. At Kidville, we have the privilege to be able to connect, excite, and inspire with families every day with young children. One of the ways we do that is through developmental toys. And the reality is there are countless children around the country that don't have a lot of toys, especially around the holiday times. So we partner with Second Chance Toys to be able to get those plastic toys out of your apartments and your homes, and you know they're out there that haven't been used, to be able to recycle them and give them to children who don't have toys and be able to pass forward the love that you've had with those toys.
And keep them out of landfills. I love the environmental aspect of this.
Yeah, the environmental, that's a big benefit also, is that rather than have these toys go into the ground, they get to go in people's hands again and again so that you keep them out of the ground and the landfills. It's a great win.
Rami, thanks so much. I love the program. The kids are going to help us out with donating some toys right now. Here's how you can get involved. Go to secondchancetoys.org.
Rob, come on here. The food is incredible. In fact, I could not pry these pans away from the ladies. We're going to talk now, though, about what could be the biggest and, I believe, the best movie of the year. Critics are calling Moonlight a masterpiece, and our own Robin Roberts recently sat down with the stars and the director. Take a look.
What you looking at me like that for?
Once in a while, a movie comes along that sweeps everyone off their feet.
And stop putting your head down in my house. You know my rule. It's all love and all pride in this house.
This year, Moonlight is a film critics are calling perfect and a flat-out masterpiece.
At some point, you got to decide for yourself who you're going to be.
Can't let nobody make that decision for you.
Told in 3 parts, it follows the story of Chiron, a young boy struggling with his sexual identity while growing up in a tough neighborhood in Liberty City, Florida, and with a mother fighting a drug addiction.
What happened? Huh? What happened, Chiron? Why you didn't come home like you're supposed to?
Director Barry Jenkins adapted the movie from a play written by Terrell McCraney. It's a very personal project for Jenkins, who also grew up in the same city as the main character, with a mother who also struggled with drugs. Naomi Harris plays Paula, Chiron's mom, and Mahershala Ali takes a break from House of Cards to play Juan, a drug dealer who Chiron looks up to. Challenging roles for both actors, who took on this film mindful of the stereotypes they wanted to defy.
I had some reservations because I just think there are enough kind of stereotypes of women, and black women in particular, in film and in television, and I just wanted to make it my mission, in terms of the choices that I made with my career, to portray positive images of black women in particular. And I kind of drew the line at playing a crack addict, but when I spoke to Barry, he explained how personal the story was to him, and how it would be basically playing his mum, and I realized that he had a vested interest in ensuring that this character wasn't a stereotype and that she had her full humanity and her full complexity.
What is the conversation that you all want people to have when they leave the theater after seeing this, Barry?
For me, I feel like people keep saying we don't see characters like Chiron represented in arts and letters very often. I think before seeing this film, some people assume they can't relate to a character like that or to a person like that. I think after seeing this film, they realize, as we've been saying, he's a human being, And so maybe, you're having a bad day, that person's having a bad day. Talk to one another, empathize. That's what I want people to take from the film.
I think so often in life, we focus on the differences between us, and here's a film that encourages us to see that actually we're more similar than we are dissimilar, and that's really beautiful, and I think it's a really healing antidote that we need at this time more than ever.
It's about empathy and understanding, just to dovetail on what they were saying, and we're just proud of this film. I feel like we made a good film, and we just want opportunities to work on the same level as other people. We don't get to tell these stories enough, and to be a part of an art film, something of this caliber and this type of offering is just a real gift for me, for all of us. But in terms of just the story itself, it's about empathy.
And I can't emphasize strongly enough how moving that movie is. Moonlight is in theaters right now, and I encourage you to go. And for Robin's full interview, you can head to her Facebook page. Coming up next here on GMA this morning, Hamilton's Lin-Manuel Miranda on bringing Moana to the big screen.
Disney's new big hit Moana is already breaking box office records, and Lara Spencer sat down with award-winning composer Lin-Manuel Miranda, the man behind Broadway's smash hit Hamilton.
Disney's newest animated film, Moana, featuring highly anticipated original music from Lin-Manuel Miranda, takes you on a sweeping adventure across the vast Pacific.
Moana! I got your back. It's Maui time!
What was that like to get the call for Moana?
So surreal. And it was also, it happened to be the same week we found out we were having a baby, so it was like a life-changing week.
Lin co-wrote the songs for Moana while also creating and starring in
I'm laughing in the face of casualties of sorrow. For the first time I'm thinking past tomorrow.
the smash Broadway musical Hamilton, making the official announcement in true Lin fashion.
I'm writing a Disney musical, yo. I'm sorry, I have to laugh. I've been working with Mark and Opataya for a year and a half on top of Hamilton, which I finished last week.
How do you get out of one Disney head and into rapping Hamilton head?
Moana was such a lovely break from writing Hamilton. It was like, okay, I'm not going to worry about the founders right now. I'm going to go spend some time with Moana or spend some time with Maui and write those songs. And then when that was kicking my butt, I'd go, all right, I'm going to go back into this. And so they were opposing muscle groups in my brain.
And for Lin, it was a father's dream to pass on the Disney magic to his now 2-year-old son.
What do you hope that Sebastian takes away from Moana?
She loves her family so much, but she's also fiercely independent. I hope it teaches him to be brave and to be courageous and to fight for the things that matter to him.
I know, not every day you get a chance to meet your hero.
You are not my hero.
Want to talk about the star of this movie, Auli'i.
You know, Disney scoured the world to find the right voice for this character.
We want you to be the voice of Moana in our movie. We really do. We really do.
And she's incredible. I mean, and the bonus is she can sing. When you meet her, you're like, oh, well, this is Moana for real.
Another star that you had to write for was The Rock.
Yes, Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
How was that?
Awesome. Awesome. You know, when you have Dwayne The Rock Johnson, who is like maybe the most charming person alive, you go, oh, I could get away with anything.
Oh, also I lasso the sun. You're welcome to stretch your days and bring you fun.
You can have him sing something like, you're welcome. You're welcome for me existing.
For the islands
Only with The Rock could you get away with that.
There's no need to pray, it's okay. You're welcome. Ha, I guess it's just my way of being me. You're welcome. You're welcome.
And now from giving thanks to giving back, one mom transforming gift giving for kids around the world. Take a look. For many, 'tis the season of gifts galore, but this holiday, a new company is helping children ask for something much more meaningful than a new toy.
I want a new camera, and I want every child to have a warm place to sleep at night.
I want a new smartphone, and for every kid to have access to healthy food.
The crowdfunding site ISO assists kids in raising money for charities they care about by asking their friends and family for donations instead of buying them presents.
This is my daughter, Gabrielle.
The founder, Tanya Van Court, says she was inspired to create ISO after her daughter Gabrielle received a bunch of meaningless gifts on her 9th birthday. Van Court decided it was time to transform gift giving for Gabrielle and other kids by giving them the power to fund their goals and the ability to share with those less fortunate.
The right gifts have the power to change your future.
Here's how it works. Step 1, create a profile online. Step 2, decide what your child wants to save for using 3 categories: the future, sharing with others, and spending on things that matter. Step 3, share your ISO profile with friends and family and ask them for donations to any category instead of gifts. So I'm here now with Tanya Van Court, founder and CEO of ISO. Welcome. Thanks for being here.
Thank you.
So this all started because your daughter asked for some meaningful gifts and didn't get them?
She did. For her 9th birthday, she said, I really only want 2 things, an investment account and a bike. And instead, she got 3 Romeo looms, a sew your own purse kit, a make your own gum kit, and a whole host of other stuff that she didn't need or use.
What kind of 9-year-old wants an investment kit? That's amazing to me. So it's really fitting to me that we're having this discussion on Black Friday where everybody's talking about buy, buy, buy. What do you do to encourage kids to be more charity oriented?
Well, it's not unusual that for the holidays, kids get lots of stuff and they open them up, set them aside, and never revisit them again. And parents are really struggling with how to infuse meaning back into the holiday season. We let kids sign up for goals instead of goods in 3 big categories: saving for their future, sharing with others, and spending on things that really matter, so that when family and friends say, what do they want for the holidays, they can go check out what they're sewing for and contribute to meaningful goals in their lives and the lives of others.
And I understand you're doing something special for Giving Tuesday, which comes after Cyber Monday. What's going on?
We are. So in honor of Giving Tuesday, we are launching the Kids Helping Kids Challenge, where we are asking all kids to go sign up for ISO.com.
Yep. I love it.
Thank you. And name a cause that they care about. And KidsShoes.com will give the first donation to their kids' ISO profile and to every cause that those kids care about. So if we get 10,000 signups, they give $10,000.
So you've got some of your Kids Helping Kids participants here. Can you tell us who's with us?
Absolutely. Nadia Okamoto is a freshman at Harvard, and she started an organization, Camions of Care, that distributes feminine hygiene products to women in need. And we have these beautiful twins. That's Nadia. And we have these gorgeous twins, Nyla and Soleil, and they decided that for their 5th birthday and the holidays, they want to redirect their gifts to the Somme Chess Academy, which is actually the chess school that was featured in the Disney Queen of Katwe film.
Oh, that's amazing. You guys are the best. You're the best. And adorable. And since you decided to aim higher for your holiday gifts, we're actually going to try to backfill a little bit and give you some gifts of our own. So Paula and And Diane, what do you have for these guys?
So for Nadia, we have a pair of winter boots to keep you warm up in Boston.
In Harvard Square.
And also, we know books can be expensive, so there's also a gift card for the Harvard bookstore to help you with your studies.
For Nyla and Soleil, we have 2 buddy chess lessons because we know that you guys love playing chess, but this is for you. You guys want to hold your little placard right here? You guys love chess so much, so have so much fun, and thank you for giving to other kids as well. Congratulations.
Thank you guys. Happy holidays. Thank you everybody for watching this morning. We really appreciate it. All of us, maybe not the kids, but all the grown-ups, will be back here tomorrow morning. We'll see you then.